Hey guys, today I'm doing a different type of video. Honestly, I really wanted to post a mental health update today, but like 12 people asked me to do a video response to Arielle's video on two genders. So I decided to start drama and post this on YouTube, because why not? Usually I only post my reactions to her videos on Tumblr, but whatever. I also wanted to debut my new camera, not like this, but here we are. And there's a weird shadow behind me, I don't know why. But anyways, why am I reacting? Why I have such strong feelings against Arielle? She made a video, a couple of videos a couple of years back on all these trans topics that she had like no right in talking about, and they were really rude. I'm not just overreacting, like honestly, she said that preteen trans guys look physically the same as butch lesbians. Like, who says that? Like, even if you think that that's true, why would you ever want to make that comparison? Like, thank you for giving all of these trans people dysphoria. Thanks. Anyways, so we're gonna watch this video together. It is 10 minutes of my life and your life. I hope my commentary at least helps a little bit, but so yeah, let's start this. And let's see if it's a shit show or not. And I also have no idea who this other girl is. She looks really familiar, but no idea. So let's watch together, shall we?
Hey guys, so I'm here with my friend Arielle.
Hi.
And we're at Bufferfest in Canada, and we were talking about, you know, the thing that everyone's talking about here, gender.
Yes.
And how there are...
I feel like there are two genders.
Okay, yeah, see, this is the thing. And
but
like,
there are multiple, as many people as there are different gender expressions.
Right, okay, and
That's what I feel like.
Controversial because like I've seen so many different videos on YouTube. Friends of mine have posted videos explaining how there are like multiple, and I lost count of how many they were saying there were. And I've like wanted to make this video for a while, but I didn't have the courage until you said the same thing that I was thinking.
Oh, you're gonna get so much shit for this? Hi, Arielle. Hope you're watching this video and you watch it till the end, because I'm about to watch your fucking video till the end. Can I just say that the description, no longer talking to you, by the way. I feel like such a sassy little asshole today. This is basically a mental health update. I haven't been really doing well, so I think this is gonna be good to help me vent all of my feelings. So thanks. The description of this video, by the way, says how many genders are there, what pronouns should you use? And how many people will this video offend? That sounds like fucking clickbait to me,
No, but you shouldn't, and I don't think that you will, especially from my audience.
No, your audience loves me for the most part, right?
They do, because you're awesome. And I mean, this is like a logical type of thing. Like,
yeah,
I'm very open-minded on my channel about gender expression, about, you know, different sexualities, and there are multiple different sexualities and things like that. But whenever it comes to gender, I feel like scientifically, there are two. There are two,
and if you feel like you're born in the wrong body, that means you're born as the wrong...
I'm sorry, scientifically, are you talking about genitals? Because if you're talking about genitals, then you literally are missing, like, the huge picture, because there is not such thing as only penis and only a vagina. Am I... No? No one else with me on that one? Like, hello, intersex people? No? Zero? Okay.
Wrong gender.
I'm not giving you attitude, by the way.
You're just born, you're transgender or transsexual.
Exactly.
If you go through with the surgeries.
And I have,
if you go through with the
surgeries, okay. Very close friends of mine that are transgender.
Right.
And
same. My best friend is trans now.
Yeah, and I even spoke with her about it, and she's like, no, there are two genders.
I'm not transphobic, my best friend is trans.
And I identify as a female, I'm a woman.
Right.
You know, and even most trans people that I speak with, they're not really trying to say that there are more than two genders. They just don't identify with the one they were born with.
Okay, this might be controversial, blah blah. I feel like the community is usually split up on this, that yes, there are multiple genders, people identify as multiple genders, cool. Okay, and then there's the other side where, no, it's more like binary, where there's only male and female, and it's more like gender expression. And I feel like there is a lot of debate in this community about what is what, and I honestly think that people can do whatever they want. It doesn't affect me in any way. If you believe that I definitely believe that there are different genders, and I definitely believe that if you are identifying yourself as non-binary and want to also identify yourself as trans, then yes, you do that. I don't know who made up these rando rules that non-binary people aren't allowed in the trans community. Like, where are these, like, unwritten rules? Who made these rules up? Anyways, off of a tangent.
A transgender woman who is in her 50s, and she just started transitioning, so male to female, and she said she identified as genderqueer, but what that really means, it doesn't mean she's not female or doesn't feel female. What that means to her, and what it should mean, in my opinion, to other people, is that you're just more of a tomboy. Like, she's not a very feminine trans.
what you think genderqueer should mean and what it should mean to people who are genderqueer? Why? You literally say that you are cis. You are not genderqueer. Why do you think you know? Like, you have the all-knowing eye of what genderqueer is.
Trans woman, like, looking at her, and if she were cisgender, and if she were a cisgender woman, she would not be like you. She would be more like chapstick kind of thing, like me.
And just for people to know, cisgender means you identify with the gender.
Oh, Arielle did not look happy about being cut off there.
Right. A lot of people, whenever they debate whether or not there are more than two genders, it's because they're focusing on gender expression.
Right.
And they're saying that they don't necessarily have to conform to societal standards of what it is to be a woman. Like, for example,
which both of us agree with. You
right.
don't.
Of course not. Like, women don't have to wear pink. Women all don't have to wear dresses.
Right.
Like, it doesn't make you less of a woman if you're not girly.
Right.
Like,
and nowadays people are coming up with different names for those different types of gender expressions. When in the old days we just called it being a tomboy.
Yeah.
Or just being a woman who liked to dress more masculine, whatever that even means.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, you don't have to classify yourself as a different gender. To me, it's almost like it's the easy way out. It's like, no, I'm not a man in a dress. I'm agender, so I'm allowed to wear a dress. No, you should be a man, and you should be allowed to fucking wear a dress if you want to wear a dress.
I feel like saying that is almost kind of undercutting the whole process, because you're not you're pretty much saying that to be a man, you have to look, dress.
No. Oh my god, no. It's how people feel inside. It's not because I'm male and I would love to wear dresses that, like, honestly, if I am a man, I'm a trans guy, that still makes me a man, and I would love to wear dresses. I'm not gonna go out and identify as agender or non-binary because I want to express femininity in a gender expression for myself. Like, that's not how it works. You're just using examples that you think classify it. I know a lot of other trans guys who do very feminine, in quotation, feminine things, and like to express and wear dresses and makeup, and it doesn't make them agender or non-binary. They still identify as like binary trans men. But then there's also the other side where there are a bunch of non-binary trans people who also do that. Like, it's all over the spectrum, and I feel like they only have like one, like a tunnel vision. Like, they think that only men who identify as agender will wear dresses, or like they think that that's a cop-out. And yeah, I get it, men should be allowed to wear dresses in society, and that would be great, and maybe it does make it easier on some people to accept that maybe I am agender because I want to express myself in a different way. So I kind of get what they're saying, but also it doesn't work for like 98% of the community who expresses their gender differently. It's really how you feel inside.
Act like what people think the standard definition of a man is.
To me, it's actually
so it's like reinforcing.
It's actually reinforcing the stereotypes of what the bigender of what the two genders should be.
There are people, for example, that have XX chromosomes that are born as a man. Right. You know, but
born
that doesn't mean
man.
that there are more than two genders. It's just, it's a thing that happens biologically that can change the way that you are, you know, presented.
Right.
It doesn't mean that there's like a new gender that's been created for this person, and I don't think that they would want that label either.
Right. No, I don't think so. Like, no, it wouldn't help their cause at all.
Yeah. So if you're like different medical studies on people who have XY or XXY even chromosomes, you know, and they're born as a man, they don't want to be called anything else. They don't want to be called a woman just because they, you know, it's very confusing, and I feel like people are so quick to get offended whenever it comes to things like this.
That's why, in my opinion, that's why it's a hot topic, because it's easy to get offended and people want to jump on it. A big thing is when we say that there's only two genders, we're not invalidating who you are. Right. We're just saying that there doesn't need to be another name for what you are or how you feel. You can still—
I am so fucking sorry, but that is the definition of invalidating someone's identity. We're not saying that we're invalidating your identity. We're just saying that you shouldn't have to call— If people want to fucking call themselves trigender, let them call themselves trigender. It literally affects none of us. If somebody wants to go ahead and use they pronouns, use it for them. Like, it's not— who are these people? What are you doing talking about these topics? I don't know if the other person is trans. I have no idea. I've never seen this person's videos before. But the way that they were talking about how I have trans friends, like, makes it seem like they are cis. But, sorry. I'm not invalidating your identity as a cis.
Still be a woman and not have gender dysphoria and be a tomboy or dress differently or act differently or speak differently.
Or have a different sexuality.
Or have different sexuality.
Oh, we're going into
and gender,
that.
by the way, are two totally different things. People try to conflate them all the time, and it's so frustrating. I don't know, and I've been too shy to make a video about this for a long time because I have a lot of people in my audience that are LGBT.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't want to cause any discomfort, you know, with them whenever it comes to this topic because I try to be very open-minded and accepting and loving of everyone. But this particular thing, I feel like it's just kind of gotten a little bit out of hand, and it's almost like a thing people have created so they have a reason to get more offended.
100%. Like, I saw a video recently of somebody that identifies as non-binary. I think that means they don't identify as either a man or a woman, which how can you not identify? How can you not?
Is that agender?
I think it was non-binary. I don't. It's one or the other. No. Well, I don't even fucking know. I don't remember. See, I don't know. I don't know. And
insert definition.
The point that
I am literally offended as a non-binary person. If you are watching this as a non-binary person, oh my goodness, I feel for you right now because I don't even want to know what she says.
The part of the video that really pissed me off as an LGBT person was when she said, oh, well, when they said, I guess, I think they go by they, when they said, oh, well, somebody always calls me miss or sir, and clearly I'm non-binary, and it's like,
I know what
how can anybody know? Like, if somebody, if you look like the thing, people will assume that you are that thing. And that's okay, because you can't go through life. You know how much
I agree. I've said this before. If you present in a feminine way and society sees you as feminine, they are going to gender you as feminine. It's not okay. You're allowed to be pissed off. Like, obviously you're allowed to be mad, but like, I've always said this because this is what helped me when I was starting to transition. It helped me realize that like, I am okay in my identity, and it sucks that people can't see it because people don't just ask for pronouns all the time, but you're allowed to still be pissed off. Like, those are your feelings, they're valid. But what she's saying is that, like, you shouldn't be mad if people misgender you. Like, you're allowed to do whatever you want. Like, we also all need to understand how society functions, and being in sociology, that really helped me understand that, like, society literally sees what they want to see and they don't care about anything else. But
much anxiety you would have if you have to think about everything around you. That building is brown. No, wait, maybe it's white. Like, that sounds like a stupid.
Did you just compare trans people to buildings? I'm sorry, is that dehumanizing? I'm reaching a little bit on that one, but you know.
That's literally what it is. If it looks brown, I'm gonna assume that it's brown.
And that's the thing, like, if you are trying to, you know, express yourself in a different way, you know, at least don't get mad at people for not getting it right away. Like, that's so entitled. I just, you know, like, if somebody says something and...
Oh my god, did you just... Oh my god. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, who made this video. I only know about Arielle, but entitlement? Are you kidding me? Once you have, like... Once you have experienced the level of hate and discrimination on a level that we have as trans people, as non-binary people, as people who may identify outside of the binary but not as non-binary, like maybe like agender or something like that, you can't say that we're entitled, honestly, because... Sorry, the cat just meowed. Beauty. Because we have gone through so much. We're allowed to be mad. We're allowed to express ourselves and tell people that what they're doing is hurting us. And I feel like what you're saying here, or what this person is saying, is that we're entitled if we get mad. Like, it's just entitlement. Listen.
They don't call you by the right pronoun, for example. Just politely correct them.
Just politely correct.
You know,
that's it.
When you can get mad is to like, no, I'm gonna, you know, because I like my trans friend, for example. There are people that refuse to call her a she, and you know, they're like, no, you were born a man. That's a dude. Like, he doesn't like when I say that, and they go out of their way to be purposely offensive. That's when you can get mad. That's totally fine. But to just...
But even so, is it worth getting angry over somebody that treats you that way?
I mean, it shouldn't be, but I can understand it.
No, I understand.
What I can't understand...
Just don't even bother. Don't waste your energy.
Yeah, but what I can't understand is whenever you don't get it right, you know, and
Arielle, please stop. Like, this other person beside you, I'm not saying the name because I'm really like super not good at Jocelyn? Sorry, I'm like super dyslexic and my first language was French. I'm all over the place right now. Is making sense right now, and Arielle is just like, but no, do you really want to get mad at people who treat you like that? Yes! We're allowed to get mad at whoever we want.
And it's not obvious, you know, like, give people a break, you know. A lot of this is new to a lot of people,
okay,
and
it's still new to me, and I've been in the gay community for 10 years.
Even me, like, I tried my very best to you know, be accepting of people and give them the respect that they deserve, but...
Okay, absolutely, and good on you for doing that. But you're making this video for clickbait, and I'm sorry, but I'm literally gonna call it out. Yeah, maybe you just really want to have this conversation, but by saying how many people will this video offend, you know people like me are gonna go on this video and make response videos, and this video is gonna get a lot of views, which is fine. This is how YouTube works. This is how we all make money, right? But I feel like if you're trying so hard to be an ally, why would you use this as a ploy to get more views? That's just rude, and you're offending a lot of people. And maybe you're not trying to get more views. Maybe I'm just like completely like out of it, but I feel like this is it is a hot topic. Trans and gender is such a hot topic right now, and it is important that YouTubers talk about it, but you are literally invalidating people's identities. And I'm not just gonna call you out on this video and stuff like that. I would love to not hear an apology, but like maybe hear that you understand that it is offensive, and maybe you should let people identify and not tell fucking genderqueer people what they should do.
You know, I don't even get it right all the time, and I've never had anyone be mad at me, but I do see that online a lot, where people like have made videos saying they didn't get, you know, my gender or whatever right, and you know, fuck that person for not respecting me. It's like, dude, they didn't know.
They just don't. Most people just don't know. They just don't know, and it's as simple as that. You cannot be.
Okay, why are you still talking about this? We know, we get it.
No, like you can't expect everybody to know everything. You don't know everything, so what makes what you know more important than what they know, or what you don't know versus what they don't know?
I guess you just call everyone they.
No, because then if you don't identify as either, I don't even know what you would call them. How can you not identify as either?
Hey, you!
You identify as what?
Yo, literally you were right though. When in doubt, use they. If you literally are not sure of someone's pronouns, just use they. And there have been some people that say that they feel like they're being misgendered when somebody uses they because they identify as he and they don't want people to perceive them as non-binary. But honestly, I think it's the safest bet, especially for the so many non-binary people who are coming out and you're not sure about their pronouns. Just use they and then politely ask them if they, what pronouns they use. Like, it's, come on.
Then, like,
you,
Arielle, shut up for 1 second. Human. Oh my god.
What if they don't identify as a human?
Fellow, you know what?
Do you know on Tumblr that some people legitimately identify as like animals?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's the kin thing, isn't it?
Yes.
The kitten?
Kin. Yes.
There's like jokes about this, like I'm Apache helicopter kin. Like I identify as an Apache helicopter.
I heard kitten.
But they're real. In my experience so far, out of all the
why did you have to bring other kin in this? I'm not talking about this right now. This will be a video for a later day, but why did you have to put that into the same stirring pot as trans people, honestly? Because that to me, not that I'm saying, let's not get into this.
Non-binary, gender fluid, gender queer people, whatever you want to call it, agender, they're always, everybody that I've ever met that identifies in that way is 25 and under.
Super young. Yeah.
Very, very young, and I feel like, not that it's a trend, but I feel like it's almost like you're still coming into your own, and you're still finding the language to identify who you are and to help express who you are.
And not that it's a trend for like everyone, because I mean, I'm sure people are struggling with how to express themselves, but it is.
I know so many non-binary people who are over the age of 30. I don't know if the Arielle and whatever, if these people are just looking specifically at Tumblr, but there is a world outside of Tumblr and a lot of people live in it, and I know a lot of people who are non-binary, who are over 25, over 30 even. This hurts me.
People a trend, and that pisses me off even more. Right. Because there are people out there who are legitimately confused, or legitimately like trying to find themselves, and then people hop on these trends, and it just kind of it just takes away from all of it, and then it forces people to make videos kind of like this, where it's just like, calm down.
Yeah, to me, it actually, in some ways, hurts.
As a cisgender person, I'm gonna tell all trans and non-binary people who identify as, you know, plants and stuff, to just calm down.
True transgender people, because it's like, well, maybe like this other person claims to be trans and they don't need the surgeries, and this other person who's actually transgender is suicidal because they feel so much dysphoric body dysphoria and stuff, and I think it hurts them because, you know, the medical industry might not take them as seriously.
Yeah, it's like that with anything. There are people who take things too far, and then it kind of
the medical community is really changing, honestly.
You know, everyone who falls into that category, and that's unfortunate. But
Yeah.
I mean, anyways, we tried to cover this topic, you know, in the most delicate way possible, but still trying to, you know, say how we feel. But if you guys agree or disagree, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, because this is something worth discussion. I think it's kind
you're
of
getting an entire response video though.
a new thing. I haven't really heard much about it until pretty recently. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you, Arielle, for doing this very taboo video with me. She's the best.
Gender is so taboo.
You know, but give her love, because she's awesome and open-minded, and you make awesome content and stuff. We collab all the time.
Yes.
So go subscribe to Arielle. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Alrighty. I'm not gonna make this long. This video is already 20 minutes because I talk a lot. I honestly think that some of the things that Arielle was saying come from a very good place, okay? And I understand some of the things that she's saying may be true. Like, yeah, don't get offended if somebody literally has no idea that you're non-binary or trans or whatever. I understand that. But the way that you're saying it and the way that she's projecting it and stuff like that is not, I feel it's not like appropriate, and especially because she is cis and has made so many videos about trans people that are just like, let's not even go there, that it's offensive as a trans person to hear a cis person tell me to calm down. If I heard we need to relax a little bit, maybe understand that some people blah blah, from another trans person who's also experienced it, that's a different story, because then, yeah, this person knows what we're talking about. But I feel like cis people think that being trans, not that it's easy, but that like, because so many people are coming out as trans now, because it's way more open and that's great, I feel like maybe she thinks that it's like not that big of a deal. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know why the obsession with trans people, and like, let us write our own stories. And yeah, it's a perspective of two cis people talking about trans things. Like, cool, thank you for your perspective, but don't go tell trans people how to identify and that there are only two genders when there are a bunch of non-binary people out there who absolutely identify as 2 genders, 3 genders, 4 genders, no gender, all over the place. And now Beauty has come and to visit us, and she will help me say goodbye. Look at how cute she looks. So I don't know what she came up here for. Ow, Jesus Christ, Beauty. Ruining my light over here. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching, and if you have anything to say, let's have a conversation about this for real, and let's see if Arielle actually replies to this. It is a long video, but thank you for sticking it out to the end, and hopefully I will see you soon. Alright, have a great week.